Can I start by warmly welcoming you to East Barnet School and apologising for the delay in starting. Obviously, the kind of checking of COVID and keeping everyone safe just took priority, and we're a little bit behind schedule, but hopefully that has been fine. My name's Mrs. Connick. I'm Assistant Head at East Barnet School. I oversee Year 10 and 11 and the sixth form, and it's a real pleasure this evening to actually have people back in the building. Whether you're our Year 11 parents, it's lovely to actually see you here, and Mr. Ricketts is looking forward to talking to some of you later. If you are joining us for the first time and it's your first time in the building, you're really warmly welcome. Just a couple of kind of housekeeping notices. One, thank you so much, those of you who are able to, for keeping your masks on while we're all fairly close together. We're not anticipating a fire drill, but if the fire bell does go, then obviously we would advise you where the nearest exit is on this side and that side of the building. I'm going to hand over to Miss Carnegie, who's going to speak, and then you're going to hear from some of our students, and Miss Swain, our head teacher, will be speaking shortly too. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm a bit shorter than most of people here. Hello, I'm Miss Carnegie Gomez. I'm head of sixth form at East Barnet School, and I similarly would like to take this opportunity to just welcome you all, both new students and current students. It's really nice to see everyone actually in person and get to speak to people in real life for a change. You've all got a really important decision to make over the coming months, and the purpose of this evening is to help you begin the process and consider your options carefully. At EBS, we pride ourselves on fostering a growth mindset in all our students. At my own daughter's consultation evening last month, her teachers praised her resilience in lessons. Now, she's 10, so I'm under no illusion that she has one persona at home and another at school. And at home, she wasn't displaying that level of resilience. During lockdown, we did some of the Rob Biddulph YouTube drawing videos. They're really good. But he basically shows you how to draw his illustrations step by step. But my daughter really struggled with the errors that she made, and often the drawing was screwed up and thrown in the bin. But she also loves football and plays for her school and her local team. So I bought Marcus Rashford's You Are a Champion in the hope that this could inspire her and show her that mistakes and errors are made by everyone. Although he speaks about resilience and persistence, his underlying message is that of teamwork in various forms. In fact, he uses the phrase, if you want to go quick, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. Although most of his analogies and stories are football-based, unsurprisingly, he tells a story about his mates growing up who used to play knockdown ginger. He's quick to say he didn't really know why he played this game, but the point of the story is clear. His friends had geared up to knock on a neighbour's door. Now, this neighbour was a bit cross and the boys were a bit scared of him. Marcus was chosen to knock, with his friends waiting at the gate ready to run. He knocked, he turned, and he took one step and fell over. Now, instead of all running for it, his mates picked him up and dragged him down the path to his rescue. He recognises that they were his team. They went together. At the end of the book, he also comments that he couldn't have done any of the great things he's achieved without his mum, his teammates, his friends, his teachers, and especially his nana. His community held him up and helped him to achieve his amazing football career and be famous worldwide for helping to feed children during the pandemic. If you listen and learn and mix the right people together, great things can happen. I am my daughter's team, but I'm also on your team. All of the people sitting here tonight are on your team. We are your team. East Barnet is a community that values kindness and honesty to work together. We value the input of staff, parents, and students. Our ultimate goal is for our students to do whatever they want to do, whether they choose university, apprenticeships, or a job, whether they choose maths or French or geography. We want it to be their choice and for them to leave here with every door open to them. So, why East Barnet Sixth Form? We are currently the best state school for progression in the borough of Barnet. This means that we will take our students further than most other schools. In fact, the 0.49 means that we will take you about half a grade higher than the average. The DFE Compare Schools website, which is where this is taken from, shows us to be in the top 5% of sixth forms in England. We are outstanding, and Ofsted have graded this sixth form outstanding. ALPS also gives a best indicator of success at Key Stage 5 and measures how students were examined in the last year before reaching their target grades at A-level. Again, we are in the top 5% nationally, as well as in the Government Compare Schools list. As a result, all students who applied to university got an offer last year. 33% achieved places at Russell Group and top 10 universities. We believe that with excellent subject specialism from our staff and strong pastoral support, we can guide you through this important stage of academic development. You'll be given a form tutor who will be the first port of call for pastoral support. And within smaller tutor groups, this will provide a forum for discussions of current affairs, maintaining positive mental health through the stress of exams, and developing a growth mindset. And most importantly, to navigate the transition to higher education or apprenticeships after you leave school. We have a really strong pastoral team in the sixth form. Miss Miles, who you will have seen upstairs, and Mr. Pitts. Miss Miles is our sixth form administrator, and she is the person that you will speak to most on a day-to-day basis. Mr. Pitts is deputy head of sixth form and oversees the UCAS application or the university applications. That's right. We recognise the importance of working in a team, and we value the relationship that we have with both the student and the parents within the homeschool partnership. We will continue to keep you informed with a curriculum evening in November, where you'll have opportunities to meet the new form tutors, reports 3 times in Year 12, parents' evening in January, and a higher education and apprenticeships evening in March. We also offer extracurricular activities, so life in the sixth form is not just about A-levels, it's about giving you the opportunity to grow and develop. So we provide badminton, football, volleyball, basketball, netball on a weekly basis, but also whole school clubs are available, drama, music, the ski trip, or visits abroad. We have an enrichment programme which serves to address the balance from the narrow focus of the A-level curriculum. Within weekly sessions, we offer cooking, first aid, mindfulness and wellbeing, and diversity, as well as an interview skills programme in the middle of Year 12. We also have a leadership programme, and here we have our 4 leadership team students, so our 2 head students and our 2 deputy head students, who will be available for any questions or to help show people around the building after the speeches. We also have leadership roles within the house system, so you can be a house ambassador. We ask all students to give back 1 hour per week to our school community. The sixth form are taking a leading role in establishing an environment to reflect our vision by mentoring younger students, launching clubs, including dance, basketball, politics, even friendship groups. And of course, a large number of our students are here this evening to talk to you about their A-level options. So all of you received a card this evening that had a QR code on it. And if you scan that, you can go to the online prospectus and take a look at the subjects on offer. All subjects are 2-year courses with internal exams in the summer of Year 12. So I encourage you to look at the prospectus carefully, and especially the entry criteria. So most A-level subjects, but please look specifically at the ones that you're interested in, usually require a 6 in the subject, the connected subject, or a 5 in a supporting subject. Vocational subjects will ask for a 5 in that subject, plus 4 in supporting subjects such as English and maths. If you wish to do the bridging course, which is for our internal students, that is available for you if you do not make the grades to study A-levels. There are 29 subjects on offer, all of which are taught by subject specialists with a keen interest in their field. We also offer extended project, which is in 216 this evening. So if you want to find out a bit more about it, go and talk to the students in there. But it's basically a project qualification if you wish to extend yourself further by writing a dissertation or creating an artefact. We also have an obligation for students that haven't made 4 in English and Maths to offer a resit. So we give students lessons to prepare them for a November or a June resit. Now, we are extremely proud of all of our students, and we recognise that actually they are the best people to tell you about the sixth form. So I would like to hand over to Ellie, Yasmin and Daniel. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ellie and I have just started my 6th year at East Barnet School. I'm currently in Year 12 studying History, Sociology, English Literature and an EPQ as my A-Levels. When deciding where to study my A-Levels, I never doubted that this would be the school I would stay at. The experience over the years before my A-Levels only made the choice to stay easier. When transitioning from GCSEs to A-Levels, students are provided with a support system that allows them to make the decisions that are best suited to them and allow the transition process to become much easier. And at a time when this is already stressful, it really helps. Every staff member is happy to answer questions about subjects you are considering or listen to any worries or concerns you may have when you're selecting your A-Levels and moving from taking 9 subjects to 3 or 4, which, although it doesn't seem it, is scary enough in itself. When I started my A-Levels, I became aware of the change and step up that I faced in the first few weeks for the first time. And I'll be honest, it's overwhelming, but the support given by subject teachers is helpful and really helps to build a relationship with the people you'll be working with over the next couple of years. I was lucky enough to have some of my GCSE teachers for my A-Levels, but even the teachers I've never had before have been really helpful during the process of transition so far, and I know that they will continue to do their best to help with any questions I still have and will inevitably have in the future. You are able to build relationships with teachers and learn in an environment where you learn from your teachers, but also work with them to achieve the best possible results, even early on in your A-level experience. You feel that you are able to ask any questions and have them answered in a way that will give you a greater depth of understanding. East Barnet School has a system of leadership that you begin in Year 12. You have to complete a total of 30 hours providing support in lessons, mentoring younger students, being a house ambassador, or leading a club. This can be in a subject area of your choice. You may choose to do something that you studied at GCSE or something new. It allows you to help younger students and provide them with more information and a different perspective in their lessons. This is beneficial not only to them, but to you as an individual, providing you with valuable skills for future application. I haven't decided what I would like to do when I leave school yet, and I'd like to say I have some idea, but that would be a lie. There are many important decisions I have to face over the next couple of years about whether I attend university or take a different route, and if I should choose to do either of those things, what I will do and where I will go. Although these choices seem quite daunting, I believe I am in the best place to seek help on making these decisions. EBS has a system of career interviews and support, which helped me a lot when deciding what A-levels to choose, and I hope will help me again when I'm deciding what to do with my future. I have really enjoyed my time at East Barnet so far, and I know that choosing to stay was the right decision for me. I'd like to wish you all good luck with your exams next year. As strange as it sounds, it's an experience I wish I had. I hope that all of you will find a place where you feel as supported in your A-level process as I feel at East Barnet, and that you find a sixth form or college that best suits you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yasmin. I'm an external student and I take English Literature, Politics and History, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my experience transitioning to East Barnet. As an external student with none of my former peers joining me in my new school, I was quite nervous as to how smoothly the transition would go. But I was delighted to find a community of welcoming students who were more than happy to initiate friendships and help me navigate my way through a new environment. In the short time I've spent at East Barnet, I've received excellent support from the staff and have taken an active interest in all my subjects due to the engaging nature of the style of teaching here. East Barnet provides a focused learning environment, especially with the designated areas such as the sixth form study room and the library, both containing more than enough resources for a productive study session. I've enjoyed exercising newfound independence and responsibilities provided by the school's enrichment programs, leadership programs, where you get to take on more important roles in the school, such as mentoring the younger students, which I have chosen to do, and lunchtime duties, which is a paid activity in which we provide support to the staff, such as helping out on the tills. The school provides numerous clubs and extracurricular activities to encourage students to find new interests and broaden their range of skills, such as the school show or the volleyball club, which was actually started by a group of sixth formers here, which is a key example of students taking full advantage of leadership opportunities provided here. Personally, I would recommend transferring to East Barnet as it provides opportunities for a fresh start, particularly if you feel you've outgrown your old school and in need of a change. East Barnet Sixth Form is a wonderful school filled with vibrant students who bring the educational experience to life, and I would highly recommend choosing it as a place to complete your A-levels. Thank you.
I hope you all have had an amazing evening so far, and by delivering this speech, I hope I can add to that. My name is Daniel Hussein, House Ambassador for Tutu, currently in Year 12 and studying Business, Politics, Sociology, and the Extended Project. I'm here to talk about the Year 11 to 12 transfer, but mainly support in school, how to handle stress with exams, as well as share some personal stories to which I hope you can relate. So, let's get started. Firstly, your mental health. It's important, more than your grades or your friends. Now that may sound harsh, but over these years you'll be tested. But no matter how much stress you go through, always take breaks and take time for yourself. Now I'm not saying neglect revision to play the newest FIFA or watch Arsenal lose another 4-0, but give yourself time to relax. Let's say do some revision in the weekdays, and then take some time on the weekend to play a game, to go out with your friends and do something that genuinely makes you happy. I know sometimes things get stressful and the anxiety does build up, but remember you have your friends, parents, teachers. If that doesn't help, then seriously come to me or any of the other sixth formers, because we've all been in your shoes. Because these years that are coming up aren't going to be easy by any means, but these years aren't going to be easy by any means, but they'll challenge you, they'll push you to new limits and make you stronger. And through this school and this ethos of do the right thing, will shape you as a person, which will help you throughout your education and life in general. So never give up and always remember your goals, because these years will be tricky, but in these years you'll make some of the greatest relationships you've ever had, through revising with friends, the late night calls to check the work, or going out for a coffee to make a project. If you believe in yourself, these next few years will feel like a breeze. Next, my time at EBS. It's been great so far. The teachers are always here to support you. For example, our great school counsellors, who are here to help you through any journey you may go through. And in lessons, you are prioritised in what some may say are arguably the most important years of your life so far. For example, Mr. David, my politics teacher, who's always willing to help with anything from exam questions to engaging conversations, or my business teacher, Miss Smith, who always brightens up my lessons with her witty jokes, although she's a Liverpool supporter, so I guess we have our differences. But the point I'm trying to make is that teachers in the sixth form care not just about your grades, but also the pastoral side of things, building you as a person and developing your character to release you into society as strong and independent individuals. And finally, support networks in school. When times get tough, if it may seem unbearable, the school are always here to help. Here at East Barnet, we have an excellent team of dedicated staff looking after the well-being of our students. For example, before exams, they'll be on hand to help you handle the pressure, or just to have a chat about your academic life. They're here to help you in any way they can. Personally, throughout my years at EBS, my form tutors have been an excellent outlet for me to express my feelings when needed. For example, in Year 12 with Ms. Dottin. If there was an issue that needed to be addressed or a conversation about school life, I knew exactly where to go. I'll leave you with one key message from this speech. Undoubtedly, these next few years will be challenging, but I can assure you, through this school and its amazing staff, you'll get through it because, in my opinion, if you want to see the rainbow, you have to put up with the rain. Thank you.
So I just wanted to run through some key dates quickly for you. So option forms are on the website, so it's all electronic. It'll take you directly to a form. Just make sure that you fill in the correct one. So we've got an internal students form and an external students form. So internal forms need to be completed by Friday the 10th of December. External forms by Friday the 7th of January. So please make sure that you meet those deadlines. Option blocks will be published in May 2022, which sounds a little scary to say. And then induction takes place in June, which is 3 days where you come into school and you do taster lessons. GCSE results and enrolment is on Friday the 25th of August, where we will confirm subject choices. So thank you to our wonderful students, and feel free to ask them any questions, including our leadership team as well. Thank you.
So as everyone said, it is really lovely to have you in the building. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Leanne Swain, very proud head teacher of this wonderful school. When you log into our online perspective, the strapline at the beginning is "Be who you want to be." I'm a firm believer that there are a few turning points or major junctions in one's life, a time when you look back and think, that experience shaped my life. Without being dramatic, I think that the decisions that you will make now will form one of those junctions, those turning points. You will make decisions who will shape who you are, what you will be, what career path you will choose, and essentially the person you want to be. As we've heard, sixth form is an ideal opportunity to reinvent yourself if you need to, or focus on the parts of yourself that you want to be better. You can develop the learning habits that weren't as successful in year 11 or perfect the ones that were already effective. You are now old enough and mature enough to work out the type of person you want to be, to identify the people you want to surround yourself with, and to consider what is best for you. I was humbled to see what the leadership team wrote about in their section of the school prospectus. They said, "Our sixth form environment is perfect for development into the best version of yourself and prepares every student for their future endeavour." We didn't tell them to write that, and that's exactly what we want them to do, is we want you to be the best versions of yourself. As you've heard, our sixth form is consistently rated as outstanding, and it is one of the best in the country. Just last week, we had the local authority school improvement partner from Barnet come and visit the school to look at our provision. As we're identified as the best state school, he wanted to take back some information to share with the other schools. And some of the things he told us were what we already knew. The sixth form is developing go-getters, students who know what they want and how to get it. The sixth form culture is strong. There's exciting learning happening, and he particularly mentioned in a chemistry practical where the children were making aspirin and talking about real life and death stuff, is what he said. The induction and transition both into sixth form and preparation for university are strong, and the student leadership is a much valued programme which is hugely impactful for students. We're here to ensure that students become lifelong learners and develop our I want to learn philosophy. We focus on three things: motivation, growth mindset, and hard work. We give them confidence to believe in themselves and show them that with hard work, anything really is possible. In order to display this, the best thing I can do is talk about our students. I asked two of our ex-students who went off to Oxbridge to tell me a couple of things that I could talk to you about. One of them said, "One day I heard of an older pupil who had received all 9s in her GCSEs and all A stars in her A-levels. And so I knew it was possible, even for someone like me, to go to Oxbridge. I wanted to follow in her footsteps, and that's just what I did. My teachers had faith in me and gave me the idea to apply. I thank all my teachers. Without them, I would never have recognised the potential within me to achieve so highly. Their constant support, motivation, and care made my journey possible." The other student echoed similar thoughts. "The continuous support received at EBS played an undeniably huge role in my university journey. Perhaps most significant to me is the confidence it helped me develop. Applying for something as intense and competitive as medicine at Cambridge can initially feel daunting, but the sheer number of resources paired with the overall guidance provided by staff definitely helped build faith in myself. I always felt that there was someone there to help me when I needed it. It was then wonderful when I received an email from the student's parent letting me know how the student was getting on. She said, 'In her first year exams, my daughter was ranked first out of 283 Cambridge medics. She said, I knew you'd want to know.' Well, of course I did. Learning that one of our students was number 1 at Cambridge, I was simply bursting with pride. We adore our children here, and hearing they are successful and securing their dreams is an absolute privilege. Just recently, last week in fact, I did a mock interview for a student wishing to study veterinary science at university. She was exceptional. Not only did I leave the interview wanting her to be my dog's vet, but I was in awe of how much she managed to achieve and the opportunities she took here at school. She worked incredibly hard in lessons. She was heavily involved in the leadership program. She undertook 4 different intensive work experiences, and she was telling me about witnessing surgery in a veterinary hospital. And she is involved in all of our music concerts, and she even taught our younger students ukulele. She is the epitome of an EBS student, always learning, but also a role model and doing the right thing. What I know is that with the right conditions for learning, anything really is possible. And I know that when you give young people the space and make sure that they feel safe and secure, happy and cared for, they have an extraordinary capacity for creativity, innovation and learning. Our pupils achieve the highest accolades. You've heard about our results, but it's not just that. They become wonderful people too, and that's exactly what we want, and you can see that when you speak with our children here tonight. How exciting to think that sitting here before me, like other EBS students, are future Oxford graduates, doctors, lawyers, pilots, engineers, artists, sports stars, and even news presenters. For the parents and carers in the room, I know that these young people will always be your babies. The time seems to pass so quickly, but I know that the love and care you have for them will never change. And I want you to know that we take that responsibility really seriously. We want them to be successful just like you. We want them to be happy, and we do everything in our power to make sure that happens. Ask the children, they'll tell you the truth. To conclude, I'd like to finish with an extract from a parent who sent me a letter just at the beginning of the year. I wish to write to you to express my immense thanks and gratitude to you and all your staff. My son has just completed his A-Levels, and he, as I do, feel he achieved the best results. I had 2 children attend East Barnet School, both very different, but the school brought out the very best in both of them. The school was very much a safe place for my children, and I can think of countless examples of the care they received. I feel their success has not been just to their efforts, but the care and diligence of so many staff. I feel my children received an all-round education. They were taught the facts, but also the things that matter in life. Care for others, honesty, integrity, and kindness. They made friends, had fun, and as a parent, I could not ask for anything more. As a head teacher, I could not ask for anything more too. The letter epitomises everything we stand for. We would endeavour to create the best opportunities for your young people to excel academically, but we also develop their whole person and support the development of their character. We are entrusted with their lives and their future and their education. We know it's in our hands. It's our responsibility and our legacy. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the evening.